Alright, this video is like a sequel to the one I uploaded recently concerning beating a citation if you get pulled over and the sticker is expired. To start with, you're looking at a sticker from 1974, and surprisingly it's still in good shape. I mention that because the stickers they have today, after a few months, they start falling off. But this sticker here is on a 54 Plymouth Savoy. Now, these stickers have been used before you were born. So we all got accustomed of seeing a vehicle in Pennsylvania with a sticker on a windshield. And call it an urban legend, this sticker is known as the inspection sticker, but that's its slang name. Now in 1974, this sticker was identified as this sticker. That was it. Now if you get pulled over and if this sticker is expired, then you're going to be cited under section 4703A. And basically it says that a vehicle has to publicly display a valid certificate of inspection. Well, there's a problem with that. A certificate of inspection has never existed. Came close. Now these adhesive stickers made their debut in 1940. And over the years, their size basically stayed the same. But the information displayed on the stickers varied. Now prior to 1971, these stickers were issued by the Department of Revenue. Therefore, they were tax stamped. And in 1940, when these adhesive stickers made their debut, the Commonwealth made sure they weren't a certificate because on the horizon was the toll booths and the parking meters. The parking meters and the toll booths, they both came around about 1935 in Pennsylvania. See, if the Commonwealth actually issued a certificate of inspection, this vehicle or a vehicle displaying that tax stamp would be exempt from tolls and parking meters fees. That's why they never issued a certificate. See, my argument is that for a document to be a certificate, there's 10 elements that have to be exhibited on the document's face. Now, if you want a good example of a certificate, just look at a certificate of title. Certificate of title contains all the elements, all 10 of them. Okay, let me continue. First, a little background. The safety inspection began in Pennsylvania around 1925, and for the first 2 years it was voluntary, meaning that the police would designate a location, usually advertisement in the paper, and then you as a motorist, you were able to bring your car there, and not only would the police do a safety inspection of the vehicle, but it was a training exercise for the motorist. So you went there, you filled out some paperwork, your name and address, description of the vehicle, and then the police officer escorted you like with a walk around. Back in 1925, there were still a lot of vehicles on the road that had wooden spoked wheels and hard rubber tires. So the police officer was there to train you on how to inspect a vehicle and what to look for, especially with the tires and the rims. So it usually take about 15-20 minutes for this safety check to be done. And then afterwards, the police officer would put this water-activated decal on the window. Now that decal served no purpose other than for advertisement that the vehicle went through its voluntary safety inspection. But see, these safety inspections were sponsored in large part by the insurance companies. So upon request, since you completed the training program as a motorist, you would receive a certificate, proving that you went through this little training course and you so-called passed, and you were allowed to take that certificate to your insurance company as a coupon and redeem it for a reduced insurance rate. So the only time an actual certificate was issued was a handheld document, and it was based on the motorist passing the little training course, and it was used as a coupon redeemable at the insurance company. The safety inspection was mostly geared to commercial vehicles, taxis, buses. The trucking industry was first gaining popularity in the mid-1920s. So let me continue to the present. I'm telling people point blank that sticker, you don't need it. Now, let's say you wanted to go get your car inspected. We have to assume that you have to get your car inspected every year. The legitimacy of the safety inspection, I'm going to save that for another video. But for now, we're going to assume that you have to get your vehicle inspected every year. Now, personally, I think that's a good idea to get your vehicle checked out at least once a year, because you might have a part that's ready to fail, you don't know it, and it could, contribute to an accident. So, having your vehicle checked periodically to me is a good idea. All right, so now, first thing that takes place, you go to an inspection station, you walk in and talk to the service manager, tell him what you want. So now he's going to fill out a work order. If you went to a dealer where you bought the vehicle, all that information is going to be in their database. So they're going to print out a work order with your name and address, description of the vehicle, including the VIN number, and then you can, with what you want done. They usually have the motorist sign the work order to authorize the work, in this case, that you're requesting. You're going to be paying for a safety inspection. But you tell the service manager right out that you don't want the sticker because you're going to save $5. Now, he's going to take, the service manager is going to take that work order, hand it to an inspection mechanic. You take your car into the garage. They're going to check it out and then road test it and so on. And that's the time when the inspection mechanic is going to write notes down on the work order. I should know because I was an inspection mechanic for over 25 years. I owned and operated an inspection station. Needless to say, so then the inspection mechanic, he's going to walk in, hand the work order to the service manager, says the car passed, it's done. Then you're going to get a copy or an original. It's going to be marked paid. Now that work order is more of a certificate than this sticker is. Even a new sticker today, there's no elements exhibited on the face of the document. See, for example, this sticker here has perforated holes. It says L149. Well, that is the inspection station number. But what's missing, the function of this perforated holes has to be identified. The older stickers used to have inspection station number. Any information that is on a sticker, its function has to be identified. It has a 3, but what's that 3 for? Its function is not identified. We just do a lot of presuming or assuming. You have a date here. Well, is this the expiration date or is this the date of issue? It doesn't say. The only element on this sticker for 1974 that meets the criteria of a certificate is that it identifies the issuing authority, which is the Department of Transportation. But their agent was the one that issued the certificate, which is the inspection station. That's why you have this L149, but its function is not identified. So your work order contains more elements, at least 8 of the 10, than this sticker. I mean, what's important? To have a sticker on the window or to have the vehicle inspected? Well, your work order, like I said, contains 8 of the 10 elements. It identifies the issuing authority, which is the inspection station, their license, their inspection station number, what work was done, safety inspection, that it passed. All work orders have like a QSIP number. They're enumerated, usually in a sequential order. They're signed. So when you get pulled over, the cop's going to come up to your window and he says, where's your certificate of inspection? So you pull out of the glove compartment, here, your office, here's the work order. Now he's going to be puzzled because he says, no, you need that sticker. I says, who said so? I'm displaying proof that the vehicle was inspected. What more do you want? See, what the Commonwealth did is they used the safety process as a medium to extort customers out of money. Now, back in '74, this sticker cost the inspection station 25 cents. Now, it's a $5 fee. So that means each year, the Commonwealth's raking in about 45 million. Now, when they print a batch of stickers, they can't wait for the money to trickle in, so they use these stickers as collateral, and they'll borrow up to $500 million at a time. So this is just a money-making gimmick, had nothing to do with having the vehicle inspected, because I said you get a work order, and that work order contains 8 of the 10 elements to meet the minimum standards of a certificate. This one here has 1. And the new stickers don't have any. Like here, there's a number here. That function is not identified. It should say serial number, but it doesn't. So this is all orphaned information. So getting back to current times here, I'm telling people that for now we're going to assume that you have to get your car inspected every year. Okay, you go in, you get it inspected, you got a completed work order, you keep that in the glove compartment or wherever you want to keep it, and then you get pulled over, and that's what you got to show. Because, see, if an officer issues you a citation, he'll say, oh, well, your sticker's expired. Well, they don't scrape off the sticker and keep it for evidence. Neither do they write down the vehicle's or this sticker's serial number. So now burden is on him. You have to raise a dispute that this sticker is not a certificate. Now burden's on him to prove it is. And one thing about the vehicle code, section 102, this sticker is not defined. There's no definition for an inspection sticker. There's no definition for a certificate of inspection. So, and speaking of the phrase inspection sticker, that developed in the garage. This is not an inspection sticker. What's its name? It says sticker. That's it. That's its name. After 1982, the name of the sticker changed, and now it says it's an annual windshield sticker. That's its name. You just assume it's an inspection sticker. Why? Because of circumstantial evidence that this is put on the window shortly after the inspection process is completed. So it's like time to wake up. You've got to stop drinking the Kool-Aid. This sticker you don't need. You could save $5 a year. What does the Commonwealth do with that $45 million a year? They sure don't use it to fix the roads. They probably use it in slush funds, and they shove it under the rug so they can redirect it to their pensions, their pay raises, or other perks. But it sure isn't going to the roads. See, when you have to look close, it says, just because a sticker has some fancy squiggly lines, that doesn't mean that turns it into a certificate. One of the elements for a certificate to be a certificate, it has to identify itself as a certificate. And most certificates are handheld documents. I mean, you go for an airplane has to get its airworthiness certificate. It's a handheld document. You don't put a sticker on the airplane's windshield. This here was bogus from day one. I call it a con man's gimmick. So for now, let's assume that your vehicle has to get inspected every year. Great. You go get it inspected at an official inspection station. But you tell the guy, I want the vehicle safety inspected, I'm going to pay for it, but I don't want to, don't charge me for a sticker because I don't want it. You just fill out the work order. You get the work order, that's all the proof you need. Because what's the difference if the service manager fills out the work order or they fill some information on the reverse side of this sticker? And a little trivia is that because the information is on the back side of the sticker, it's like a separate document. All that information has to be on the face of the sticker or the document. And I can't stress enough, if this was an actual certificate of inspection, it would be like a little miniature title. It would say certificate of inspection, it would have your name and address, it would have a description of the vehicle, including its VIN number, and what was performed. And its serial number, date of issue, identified by the issuing authority, which is, the primary issuing authority would be the Department of Transportation. All the information on it would have to be identified. If there's a 3, well, that 3 would have to, its function would have to be identified. So now, save yourself $5 a year, and you don't need a sticker, because the work order is contains 8 of the 10 elements, and like I said, in 1974, this sticker only contained 1 that's identified. This L149, well, that's the service, that was the inspection station identification number, but it's whatchamacallit, its function is not identified. I have older stickers that perforated holes, its function was identified. It's time to wake up. What more could I say? You don't need a sticker at all. So now, police officer, as I said, the police officer comes up, pulls you up. He says, oh, he says, officer, what's wrong? Well, you don't have a sticker. I says, don't need one. I got the work order. I got the vehicle inspected. I'm good for a year. He says, well, you need a certificate. Well, where's the certificate? That's not a certificate. What says, see, by tacit consent, if you don't dispute that this is not a certificate, then you agree it is. It's that simple. If the officer is going to cite you under section 4703A, then he's claiming that you are not displaying a valid certificate of inspection. So now you put a motion to dismiss because the officer provided no evidence or proof that section 4703A was violated. Okay, he has to come in. You know, police officer is the moving party. Burden is on him to prove his case. So now it's up to you what you want to do. I'm telling people you don't need that sticker. And for now, I can't stress enough, we got to assume that you have to get the vehicle inspected every year. So you go to a inspection station, licensed, and you go and you get your work order, and that's all you need. This is a scam. Con man's gimmick. Well, until the next video. Alright, one thing I forgot to mention in this video. See, starting in 1971, a vehicle was registered as a person, such as Ford Escort, Ford being the surname. Now, section 4703A says that the vehicle must display its certificate of inspection. That means is that if the officer puts your name down as the defendant, then you put a second motion to dismiss it because the wrong party was named in the action. It's the vehicle was in violation, not you as the motorist or you as the so-called registered owner. See, when you, in Pennsylvania, when you sign the so-called registration credential, you become the authorized agent of the vehicle person, and then you are liable for any actions done in the name of that vehicle person. But the vehicle, like I said, we got to assume that the vehicle has to get its annual physical. Well, if the that means the vehicle was in violation, not the motorist, not the operator. And if the vehicle is registered as a person, such as Ford Escort, then the vehicle has to be named as the defendant, and then you come in as the authorized agent on behalf of the named defendant. Said we got to wake up. You have to look at things in a different perspective. Otherwise, they're going to be taking a lot of money from you. I mean, I have the audit report for 2012. This Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, they raked in over $453 million in so-called traffic citations alone. Now you have 67 counties in Pennsylvania. Each county varies in size. One county has more magistrates than the other. So when you do some quick math, each magistrate is raking in about $7,000 a week on these so-called traffic citations. It's big business. And speaking of the magistrate, now government likes to create short names, like instead of saying a cooperative, they have a co-op. What's my name for a magistrate? He's the Magi. I just use the prefix because they are word magicians. So it's time you got to beat them at their own game.